we move on to the section where we discuss challenges and opportunities for processors. And with us to deliver presentations, we have Mr. Udo Karg of Suriname Seafood Association. We also have Mr. David Lancer from Trinidad Seafood Products, and they will be sharing with us, of course, their experiences in the industry, their challenges, concerns, looking at things like raw material availability and price, cost of production, freezing technology, packaging, value added products, marketing, sales, and transportation, investment, and public policy. And I would like to add to that that since we are now in an era where climate change, of course, is a big topic, and carbon neutrality, how do you foresee this shift affecting your operations? And so now I will turn over to our first presenter. And do you have, I'm not sure what the arrangements are for sharing screens, but first up we have Mr. Udo Karg from the Suriname Seafood Association. Can you go ahead, Mr. Karg? Thank you.
Good afternoon to you all, or good morning. Thank you for inviting us. The presentation I will bring will not be so much focused on the processor itself, since due to the presentation of my predecessors, I draw the conclusion that there is not so much known about the Suriname fish industry, and I think it is should be in place to give you a better insight how our fish sector is organized. Since the Suriname fish industry is the fourth foreign exchange income run for Suriname, it gives you the idea about the importance of our industry. Suriname for years already started to focus on maintaining our natural resource for generations to come, so that we can not only foresee on our own food needs, but also mainly to the export. It was also good to know about the program of reducing the imports and having the exports among ourselves grow, so we can reduce to a 25% of the in 2025. And we believe that Suriname can be a great contributor to this effort. Suriname is mainly structured in different categories of fishing. The the river fishing, which is not that much importance anymore than it was in the past, and will take care partly of our food resource for the local market. Then we have the coastal fisheries, which is done by the smaller boats. Then we have the industrial fishery, which is done by trawlers, shrimp and fish trawlers, and we have the industry of the tuna fisheries. Suriname fishery is mainly done and sent to the fish reducers, which all comply to the EU standards, and which is a heavy burden to keep that standard, since we are focusing on keep exporting to the European as well as the other markets in the world. And we are doing that at until now quite successfully. The in this institution that is taking care of that is our fishery quality control institution, which is the focal point for the EU to address when it comes to inspect Suriname. Challenges that we are meeting is mainly, and is a big worry for us, is the illegal fishery, which at the moment, in the last presentation done by our Minister of Agriculture, is already that we lose year on a yearly base about 50 million US dollar because of this illegal fisheries. But also the chance to fight that is that the illegal fishery done mainly by copying our boats, and our biggest worry is that those copy boats go fish in French waters, which French Guyana still part of France and might endanger our total fish industry if this continues. It is our bigger challenge that we have to fight. Another challenge which the fish processor and exporter are meeting is the availability of transportation, mainly containers, because Suriname is depending on the smaller boats that goes to the islands, because our coastal area is quite muddy and not that deep. So, since COVID, we are really facing some challenges to get the river containers in Suriname and to be able to do the exports. Another challenge that we are facing, and we are glad that the Prime Minister of Barbados is more and more the champion on challenging that issue, is to do with the international transfer of payments, which makes all the regulations that the big countries are putting in place, makes it a real challenge to have those payments done in time, both out and incoming. So I would like everybody to support Mrs. Motley on that case. And since we are in a limit time, I like to keep it short. And I think on the other side, we have to look at our sister countries, Haiti and Cuba, to see how together we can keep our Caribbean people also provided for the nutrition they all need. If there is more detailed questions, I'm very willing to answer them all.